Hey everybody, today we're going to talk about taking old minis that you have with less than stellar paint jobs. I got this guy off of eBay, or even one that doesn't match your scheme. How about that? No offense to the guy that I bought this off of, but today we're going to cover how to strip minis and not damage plastic so that you can get your money's worth. Okay, so let's go over our materials list. You're going to need yourself a mini, one used, maybe glued mini. Okay, you're going to need yourself a pack of these are neoprene gloves, but what you want to make sure, let me see if I can zoom in here, is make sure that it says, can you see that? Chemical handling, right there. Chemical handling, alright? Because we're going to use some pretty nasty stuff. And we'll set that down over there. And you need yourself a bucket. See, this one will do. Again, here's that mini I told you about. And I don't know, maybe a pair of scissors to open your neoprene gloves that you just bought. Now we'll take a trip to the store and I'll show you what you need to get there. I know a lot of people recommend the simple green, but I think that it's not the greatest, but it is easier on your hands. So you want to get some Purple Power stuff. This is cleaner and degreaser. You can get this stuff at like a Home Depot or something, which is where I am now. Simple Green makes one as well. Okay, so now that we're back home, I'd like to have you take a look at this. This is the most amazing part of the video today. Look at that. And when you do this, folks at home, wear safety goggles. What are you kidding me? Wear safety goggles to open a package? Listen, if you poke your eye out, you deserve it. I don't want to get sued. So, pull these bad boys out. Yeah. We're going to rock the left glove today. Alright? Now, you don't want to touch Purple Power. You don't want to touch this stuff. It's kind of nasty. I'm going to show you what it looks like inside. Just give me a moment to change the camera angle. Okay, welcome to the top-down view. So in your bucket, you're going to want to pour a little bit of that brake cleaning solution, which is what I recommend. And we're going to open this guy up. Alright. And I'll show you what I've got. Now I've had this stuff. I've been using it for maybe, I don't know, a good 2 years. And so it's pretty dirty. It's usually purple. But I've cleaned up so much paint in the past couple of years, which is why I had to go to the store and not show you a package, because I can't remember the last time I bought the stuff. But I don't need it because it's going to work. So I'm going to drop this thing in here, okay? And we'll take a look when it comes out, what it looks like. Please, please, please wear gloves. If you don't, this is going to eat your hands. If this were a monster, it would eat you. So, but it's not. It's Purple Power. And 3, 2, 1, kerplunk. And I say kerplunk, but I'm trying not to make a splash. And then what you do is you just let that guy sit in there. You could let it sit there for a day. You could let it sit there for 2 days, for 3 days. It doesn't matter. It's not going to hurt the plastic, and it's not going to hurt the metal. But in addition, it's going to eat the glue that you might have on any models as well. So it's nice because it takes off the paint, it takes off the primer, and it also removes the glue if you need it to. Sometimes the glue will stay intact, but usually if you give a little bit of a light pressure, you can take models apart. Okay, welcome back. So now we've got our model in here. Let's take a look at what happens when you pull these things out. If I can get to it. Alright. So this is what our model looks like. You're going to say, boy, didn't you tell me that it eats paint and everything? It does. But now you just have to put a little bit of work into it. And I'm going to show you what you need to do to make this happen. I'm also going to take off my glove because now my gloves are wet. And I'm not messing around with my camera. Otherwise, you people are not going to see videos for a long time. So I'm going to take this glove off and I'll show you what the next step is. Okay, friends, and we're back. This here is a picture of a sink that I really don't care about. So one thing that I do care about, though, is I care that my drain doesn't get stuck with all kinds of gunks and little itsy bits and pieces. So what I do is I have a mesh that I use, and it's kind of like a little catch-all. I took out the regular pull stop that came in this with this basin, and I have replaced it with. I got this at my my local hardware store. It's nothing but a mesh, so it's quite gross, but it's only paint and nerd stuff that I use for this. So I'm gonna put this inside, and then I'll show you what the next step looks like and how it works. So hopefully this camera angle will be good. It's going to be pretty hard for me to tell, but I'm going to do my best, as usual, to try and make sure that you guys can see what's going on. Alright, so first things first, you want to get yourself one of these. Contrary to popular belief, nerds do brush their teeth, but you don't want to brush your teeth with this one. The reason I got this toothbrush is because it does all of the work for me. See that? So this is one of those cheap little things that you can get at your I don't know, your local grocery store or a pharmacy or whatever it is, and it's just got 2 buttons, very simple operation, and it does all the work for me. So here is a mini that's been soaking for a little bit. What I usually do is I'll turn on a little bit of water, so I have a little flow going, okay, and I just do like this. I take this and I let the brush do the work. So run it underwater a little bit, and you can see that I'm barely doing anything, but this is eating the paint that was already on there. And the job that they did, it was really pretty thick stuff. So I just keep it wet, and I let the brush do all of the work. I'm putting very light pressure on this. I'm not doing much. I'm going to zoom in so that you guys can see a little bit. I still have my my gloves on. Let me take these things off. Alright, I'm going to zoom in if I can. There we are. Alright, see if you can see this. So, here's how I'm cleaning it. Trying to stay in frame, guys. Very simple stuff. Very easy to do. As I said, speaking of simple stuff, I like this better than the simple green. The simple green does a pretty good job, but it is safe on your hands. This stuff is not safe on your hands, but at the same time, this stuff does just a very thorough job. And I wish you guys could appreciate how thick the paint was originally on this model. I mean, whoever did it, I feel like they almost stuck the model inside of the pot of paint, pulled it out, and then they just kind of left it to dry. And then just for added measure, they probably did it again. Excuse me, I'm out of frame again. So here's that. So this is how it works. Rinse it off a little bit. Now we're already down to just the bare primer. Very easy brushes. Very easy what I'm doing. Very easy. I'm going to flip the camera into a little bit of a macro mode. Alright, and I'll show you what it looks like. And this is after just, what, a minute of brushing. Let's zoom in here. There we are. Okay, so that was just a real short time. And so after you do this, you can dip it and you can do it again. And every time you do it, it takes another layer off. Also, there was a lot of glue on here. I don't know if you can appreciate that, but I'm just going to show you how easy this comes off. Just put a little bit of pressure. There it goes. So now you're back to the original model, and if you look, this is still intact. See that? It doesn't even hurt this. Not that I'll use this because I don't like it. And with a little bit of help from my cat, who cannot drink this stuff, a little bit of help from my cat will work on the next model. So here's the next one that I want to use. I'm going to take my gloves off for this. Oh, that's it. The gloves are coming off. Alright, and I want to take the gloves off because this little bugger right here, check this guy out. Alright, so this is a magnet. I did a video tutorial on magnets, right? So I've been doing magnet work for a long time, but every now and then you can screw up and get a magnet that gets stuck in there that you can't get out. So this is safe on plastic. This has been in the vat for, I don't know, maybe like a week. Again, I let my tools do the job for me. I don't want to work too hard. I don't know if I can take it off with my bare finger, but we're gonna try for you right here. This is and look, I mean, this is pretty flush, you know, so it's hard to get in there. But let's see if I can pull it out. Oh, there it goes. There goes the magnet. See this? Watch, right into my hand. There it is. So, can you imagine trying to get a magnet out of this little hole and you can't reach it and you can't do anything? Forget it. But look, the plastic is still intact. It's still in good shape. The scratch marks that you see around it, that's because I tried to get it out before it dried and I wasn't able to. But other than that, it's absolutely in great condition. So the entire piece. So very, very simple to do. Again, just get yourself the right tools. So thank you for joining me, and I have a few more models to clean, and we'll catch you guys on the next episode. Thanks. Come here, brush your teeth. No!